Welcome to the Employment Wednesday podcast with Yvonne Shabangu. Have you heard of the scripture Hosea 4 verse 6? My people perish because of the lack of knowledge. The same applies to your career. When you don't know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, you are likely to make wrong career choices. But worry not. Employment Wednesdays is here for you to offer you all the answers relating to your career and offer you strategies to develop your career. Enjoy. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Employment Wednesdays with Yvonne Shabangu. Today, I'm seated with your fave, Miss T-World. Ndiwuthi, a content creator, a YouTuber, a certified life coach. So let's go into it. Introduce yourself a little bit, and then we're going to go into the icebreakers.
Okay. Do you have a name for your people? The
Graceful Fam.
The Graceful Fam.
Yes.
Hi, Graceful Fam. I am Ndiwuthi. What do you say when you have to introduce yourself? What else do I say? I'm 32 years old. I've been married for 13 years. I've got 4 kids, boys, 24, 23, 10, and 8. I'm a content creator. Yeah. I've been on YouTube for close to 4 years now. And yeah.
Okay. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much for honoring the invite.
Thank you for inviting me.
So going into the icebreaker questions. So the first one would be, there's a video of yours that I saw, like it's 2.6 million views. And the one with your helper.
Yeah.
And then there's one that has 88 views. It's like the first days, like it's 4 years ago, you were doing... Like it's 2 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So like, how do you feel looking at the 2.6 million and looking at the 88 views?
I think I feel it makes me see where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Like where I started.
Okay.
That, there are those people when they start, they just blow up.
Yes.
But when you get to see that, I used to get 88 views. I used to get 20 views. Now I can say I'm sitting on like maybe more than 150 million. I just forgot how many millions we are sitting on now. But you get to see where you're coming from. Okay. So yeah, I feel humbled.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. And then what's the most you've been paid by YouTube?
On a month.
Yes, on a month.
I think it was 105.
105,000 rand?
Yeah, if not 100.
Wow. Okay, we're sleeping on money. And then what is the least you've been paid?
I think it was 15K. Okay, on the T-World.
Yes, on the T-World.
15K.
Okay.
And then on Ndiwuthi and Pastor Bay, I think 3,000.
Okay, nice. Okay. And then if you were to define yourself as a type of gene, how would you define yourself? Which type of gene would you say you are?
Genes that we wear?
No, gin, like alcohol, a drink?
Oh, no, I don't know alcohol.
Oh, you don't know alcohol?
No.
Okay, if you were to define yourself as a type of drink, which drink would you be and why?
I'll be water.
Wow.
Because I feel like even when people look at me, they think I'm boring.
Okay.
Because I'm like, hi, So I would say water, and you can have it anytime, any day, and you can't live without it. So obviously you can't live without me.
That's nice.
Yeah. I may look boring, I may look colorless, but then I'm a flavor that you need in your life.
I wouldn't say you look boring. You look strict. You look like a principal of a school.
Yeah, I can be strict when I want to, and I know that I've once scared you, Shane.
So if there's one thing, before we go into the real stuff, one thing that nobody knows about you, if they wanted to know about you, they have to come to Employment Wednesdays, what would it be?
If there's one thing
that viewers don't know about you at all, what would it be?
I don't know.
There's no way you have put yourself all out there.
I think I have, because I'm an open book. What you see is what you get.
Okay.
Yeah, like Jay, if you go on my channel, you know me. There's no, there's Ndibu behind the camera and there's this one. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay. Then we're gonna go into the question. Growing up, what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a housewife.
Okay.
And my mom used to be very embarrassed about that, because even her friends would ask, what do you want to be, little girl? Like, I want to be a housewife. Okay. She'll get so mad. When I get home, I'll get a beating. Why would you say that? Why would you embarrass me? But that's what I've always wanted to be. I think I worked so hard when I was young. I went through a lot. I just want to relax.
Okay.
I just want to lie on the bed
Soft.
and everything. I want a soft life. Everybody must
Okay.
just do things for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, housewifing was more like a soft life.
Yes.
Did you have like expectations to say, I want to get like a housewife allowance and all of these things?
Yeah, I think that's what I should have written down before I got married, because I should have then said I want a billionaire husband.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't choose a billionaire husband, which means that wanting to be a housewife then becomes a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. Then let's go into your journey as a content creator. How did you start YouTube? What prompted you to say, okay, let me start my channel?
Okay, I've never been a social media person. Even when I started YouTube, I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have Facebook, I didn't have any social media platforms.
Okay.
But it was because sometime back when I was watching YouTube, okay, I used to watch Kin and Diera. Then I stumbled across somebody's video saying that they made a lot of money on YouTube. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could try this, because I had been trying other things prior to that. So I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. So I tried it. 8 months in, it didn't work out because it was like a couples channel and I expected people to come watch us. But then that's when I got a wake-up call that nobody knows you, nobody's searching for you, nobody's going to come watch your content.
Okay, just to interject a bit, what made you go into wanting to create couple content? Did you feel like that's what was trending at the time, or?
Maybe it's because I used to watch Kin and Diera.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I could be this, I could be Diera and he could be Kin.
Okay.
Yeah, so I loved the couples content. I think it's what made sense at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you then redirect? Because many people, once something doesn't work out, they just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to move away from this.
Yeah. So what happened is that I then went and when I realized that, oh, it's because I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a known person. Nobody knows me. I was like, okay, how about I talk about people that people know?
Okay.
Because Vele, like every day we're searching Bonang, we're searching AKA, we're searching whoever, So then I said, okay, let me try gossip.
Okay.
And with gossip, it worked within a month.
Wow. So you just started booming. You're like, okay,
Yes.
let me start spilling
Yeah,
the tea.
I think I started at a very good month where there were a lot of people that were trending. Abu Babes would do more with one of the first videos that I did that literally went viral. Bushiri was trending. Al Frukau was waking up the dead. I was one of the first people that did those videos. So yeah, first month I was already, because I didn't do it on the same channel. I started another channel. So there was We Fun Couple for me and my husband, which I paused.
Okay.
And then there was now, I think it was Trending Hot News then. I've changed a lot of names on that channel.
Yes.
So yeah, it was the second channel and it started working out. And I was like, oh, okay, bingo. Then I changed the other one as well, the We Fun Couple, into gossip. So I was running 2 gossip channels at the same time.
Okay. All right. Now, nice. So what's the worst tea you've ever spilled where you saw, I crossed the boundary?
It was when I spoke about Kanyembau's pregnant daughter or alleged pregnant daughter.
Okay.
Because she, there are videos that you would, when you are into gossip, sometimes, and you are into money, sometimes you don't think.
Okay.
You even forget that these are real people.
Sure.
For me, it might be views, it might be money, but this is a normal human being that you're talking about.
Yes.
And as a mother, you will think, I should have known. You know? How would I feel if someone was to go talk about my child?
Okay.
But at that point, I was driven by the views and the money.
Sure.
And only when I woke up one day and I found that she wrote something about me, and there's that you will say, what, you talk about you, but it hit me.
Okay.
Because then I realized that I'm even forgetting myself. I didn't know who that person was.
Sure.
And the only thing that I could do was to delete the video and apologize. And that was it.
Oh, but that was actually very big of you to actually apologize, because other people are just like, it's whatever. I love that you actually brought yourself back. And looking at the whole thing of saying you had lost yourself in between, how did you, for all these years, because I see now you don't do tea and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But all these years when you were spilling the tea and all of that, how did you constantly call yourself back to say, Ndibu, yes, this is business and stuff, but this is where you draw the line?
I think being a child of God, because then every time, funny enough, whenever I would read the Bible, there's days where I just randomly open.
Yeah.
It will be talking about gossip. When I say my son should read the Bible for us, he goes to gossip and he says, Mommy, but you do this for a living, there was always something that was eating me up. Sometimes my husband would remind me, it was just, I can't say I was always 100% free.
Okay.
But at the back of my mind, I've always known that this was wrong.
Okay.
But I was poor. I needed money, So I was just like, God, okay, give me something. Then
Okay.
I will leave this one. You know, give me something. Like now I was giving God alternatives. Like, if you want me to be holy, then
Do this.
do this, you know, which was wrong at the end of the
Yes.
day. But I did it because I needed money.
Okay.
I'd been unemployed for around a decade. I'd been
Yes.
applying for jobs. I couldn't get anything. So now you tell me that I must take away the 80K that I was making on a monthly basis because the Bible says. So it was more like I was being disobedient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. And I think it's a good thing. It's like, it seems like it's very important as a content creator to have a support system, people
Yeah.
that call you back to yourself to say, hey, now you're overstepping. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that you had people around you that constantly reminded you to say, this is not you, right?
Yeah.
And then looking at you moving from gossip and moving into different conversations now that don't have to do with maybe diminishing another person and stuff, has the money dropped? And if it has dropped, how did that make you feel, like the first video where you were like, you moved away from gossip?
I think the first time that I stopped doing gossip, it was painful. Because nobody was watching me. And I think that's when you get a wake-up call that, oh, they were not actually here for you. They were here because of for what you were offering. And now that it's
Yes.
you, they don't want to watch you.
Sure.
And it's also embarrassing because it's on the public platforms. Everybody gets to see that, oh, from 50K, she now gets 100 views. You know, I remember there was somebody that also did a video saying that, oh, guys, shame, you must go and support them. They're they're no longer getting views. And the money dropped from, I think on Ndibuti and Pastor Bay, it dropped from 25 to 2.5
Hectic.
on the same month. I think I just couldn't do it. So I went back.
Okay. Oh, so you relapsed. Okay.
Yeah, so I went back. And then this other day when we were having our church, we have church at home
Okay.
with the kids. And all the scriptures that everybody was opening were just direct like that.
Sure.
And we're like, no, this is, my husband is the one that said, this is it. We're not going to go back.
Sure.
And then that was the end of it. But I love the fact that, because, you know, sometimes even if you say, no, I'm a prayerful person, when one door closes, the other one is going to open. You think, oh, it might take time because God doesn't give you the
it
time.
does take time. It
But
does
with
take
me,
time.
it didn't.
Okay.
It did not take
So
time.
other doors actually opened
Many
when
doors.
you were willing to release yourself from the whole gossip thing.
Yeah, because I was going to struggle because I've already known that I can't go into the employment sector.
Yes.
What I was already doing other businesses, but they were not giving me as much money as
much, sure.
YouTube was giving. I felt like YouTube was effortless for me. It's what I've known for 4 years.
Yes.
But many doors opened.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
good, man. That's really interesting. And then also, you were unemployed for like almost over a decade, right?
Yeah.
And like, how did that feel like? What was happening since you were saying you applied and you were not getting anything? What were you applying for? Like, maybe take us through that journey.
So I was applying for anything and everything, whatever that I would come across, be it being a domestic worker, being a cleaner. So I was once hired in Silverton Pep Store. I was a cleaner. I would clean the whole store alone. And you guys would come in and step there when it's wet, and I have to. You know, you come
Yeah.
and say, we need a container, but with a pink lid, and I have to go to the storeroom and look for it for hours,
Sure.
just searching for that. So I would literally like look for anything that I could get,
Okay.
but it was not easy. And also I had disadvantages. So when I came to Pretoria, I came after matriculating.
Okay.
Every time after exams, when I was writing exams, I would faint.
What?
So I had to watch the people that I came with from Venda graduating, and I'm still on the same place. The only thing that I went back home with was a marriage certificate.
Wow. You're so funny.
Yeah. So also sometimes I would get opportunities like when I worked at. So I worked at ShopRite as a till packer.
Okay.
When I went for the interview, it was for a management position.
Sure.
But I woke up naked. Everybody was blowing air on me because I fainted.
Oh my
so the thing of
God.
fainting during
It
the exams,
affected
it also
you.
affected their interviews.
Yes.
And they're like, you can't be a manager when you know. doing
Yeah,
this
do
thing.
this,
Maybe
so,
try being a till packer. So they taught me how to be a till packer, but I was still grateful because a
Yes.
job, you know.
Yes.
I just wanted anything that I could help my husband with.
Sure.
So I've worked at Pep, I've worked at ShopRite, I've been a domestic worker, I've worked at this other company as a receptionist. I never got paid, you know, but I've been hustling. The whole 10 years, I was not just sitting and saying, oh, they're not hiring me.
Sure.
I was trying out
You're doing
businesses. I was
stuff.
selling lingeries. I was selling cakes. I was trying to be a photographer. I tried nails. The customers came. They sent me pictures later on. The nails have fallen off. I was like, oh, shucks. I learned on YouTube and I thought it was going to work, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my God, that's an inspiring journey because many people have like, I keep on calling this a career ego. I don't even know what it is, but many people have this attitude, dowry. I'm not going to do this because this and stuff.
Yeah.
So since you wanted to be a housewife, now you get married and now you change. Your mentality sort of is, I need to help my husband. I need to bring in something at home and all of that. Where did that come from? Because I feel like now most people that want to be, actually not even now, most people that you even said that like you thought soft, most people that want to be housewives, they are men that is like, I just want to chill at home. So what was the driving force for you to say, you know what, I'm not just going to chill at home and do nothing?
Yeah, it's because I saw that my husband was struggling. We were now a family of 5,
Okay.
you know, and I wanted to help him. I knew that if he's bringing in 1 rand, if I bring in 50 cents, then we now have 150.
Sure.
So then we'll be able to move faster with where we were. So that's why I was like, no, I need to help. But now the thing of wanting soft life, like I said, that I should have married a billionaire if that's what I wanted. But
Sure.
you know, so that's why I wanted to help my husband.
Okay, no, that's really good.
So that's when I
And-
started checking, and I realized that looking for a job was a challenge for me because then I would faint, I would do all those things. Then I started just doing side hustles and all that.
And the side hustles actually worked out.
They did, yeah.
Okay, now that's good. And then with YouTube, right? So what did you start with? Were you using your phone and invested in your camera? Like, if somebody watching at home and they say they want to start a YouTube channel, what are like 5 things that you started with and you feel like these worked out, whether or not a person has a fancy phone, a camera, or whatever the case may be?
Okay, so when I started YouTube, my husband had just resigned where he was working. So he had got some lump sum. So he bought us cameras, lights, and everything.
Oh, nice.
But those are the ones that did not work for us.
No.
Because remember, we did the content for 8 months, where it was couples content. But then when I went to the gossip one, I was only using a Huawei phone.
Oh,
I
okay.
would record with it like this, voiceovers. Then I would then edit with it. Everything I was just doing with the phone.
Okay.
That's the phone that made me over a million rands.
Ooh,
So the
okay.
cameras didn't make me money, but
Okay.
a phone did.
So also, it's not even just about things being fancy.
No.
It's important to start with what you have and
Exactly.
just put it out there.
Yeah, because had we known, we wouldn't have spent that money on those cameras because they at that time they didn't save us anything.
Okay.
Only the phone did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you keep yourself going? Because I know, like, okay, there's always story, there's always stuff trending, right? But I feel like YouTube does get exhausting, like the whole thing of posting, editing, and all of that. How did you manage to do all of that? Did you have people helping you, or did you just do it by yourself to a certain extent?
At first, I was doing it by myself, and I loved being exhausted because I'd not been doing anything for a decade. I had not been working. I wanted to work. I was tired of just waking up and watching Nigerian movies the whole day. And then my husband gets back. It's generations, it's Skim Sam, it's scandal, it's this and that.
Yeah.
I was happy that I was doing something and I was getting paid for it. The only downside was people doing stories about me and comments.
Oh,
But
okay.
with the comments, there were those ones that you would say, these ones are just coming for me. But mostly it was people that were coming for my English.
Oh,
So I've always said that I taught myself English.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say that because I feel like if I can sit with you and you understand what I'm saying,
Yes,
then
that's
I've done-
what's important.
I've done
You've done
better
your
for
part.
myself. Like, I've done,
Yes.
yeah. So I used to go watch on YouTube. How do I say this? How do I say this? Every day so I was posting like 15 videos every single day. In each
15?
and yeah, they were short, like 1
Yes,
minute, 30 seconds.
yes.
So it was quick. So in each and every video, I looked forward to people correcting me.
Oh.
You don't say this word like this. And they will write it down for me. Some will be very condescending. Yeah, like I said debut. They come and say, no, it's not debut, it's debut.
Okay.
They even say debut so that you understand
Understand
that
what's going
it's not
on.
debut. You know, everybody will
Yes.
say, no, that's not how you say it. But for me, it came as a lesson because I wouldn't have known. I would still be
Yes.
continue saying debut, you know? Like every day, babes told me debated the song, you know? For me, it made sense because that's how I read it. Like
Sure.
how I see it is how I was reading it. But they were helping me, even though they
Yes.
felt they were bringing me down. But even with the videos that people would make about me, there was nothing that could bring me down. I'd
Sure.
been hungry for more than a decade.
Yes.
I was happy every month going to cash out. So
So, okay.
for me, it was a bonus.
So you had a very big why, and your why was what was driving you. You didn't care who said what and who did what.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was not going to affect me.
And then also, I love that you actually use, because I mean, comments can be hurtful, right?
Yeah.
And I love that you, instead of sitting there crying to bed or whatever the case may be, you utilized them to enhance yourself, to do better. Because I'm like right now looking at your first video and your recent video, you can tell that there's been immense growth, not just from like views and money or whatever, but actually as a person, you can tell that this person has worked on themselves.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of bullying in the content creation industry and all of that. Have you been bullied, and how did you take that?
Yeah, I've been bullied from, I think, the second month that I joined YouTube until, I'm not sure if it's still happening now, but yeah, I was bullied. It did not, like, it was one of those things when you're like, we don't know each other. You understand? Like, I don't know you.
Yes.
So therefore, whatever that you want to say about me, it cannot, like, it's just a matter of, I sit down and I'm like, why?
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, we don't know each other.
Sure.
But I got to understand that this is business. People are working.
Yes.
And if saying my name is going to get you views, then you're going to do it. The same way that I talk about other people is the same thing that other people will then do to get views or whatever. But I've never really taken it personal.
Okay.
It's just a matter of, okay, but we don't even know each other. Like for me, it was never, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Did you ever feel like, yeah, today, Galibata one by one, and I want to respond to all of you? Or it was a thing of, nah, I'm here for my money. It's a setting where I'm not going to entertain.
I've never responded to bullying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just one of those when you see videos about yourself, you either block and just move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there to work, and after working, I go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I see that you're a certified life coach, right? How does that work? What do you do as a life coach?
So because I believe I've got a good heart, I love helping. So I thought life coaching would be that door for me to be able to help other people.
Okay.
But then it didn't work out the way that I had envisioned.
Oh, okay.
Because then I take everybody's problems home. They affected me personally.
Okay, so you're
when
an
a
empathy.
person comes and they're struggling, they're going to end up working here. They're going to move. They're going to move in my house even if they are not working.
Oh, okay.
So then I realized that it was affecting me. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So I'm just a certified life coach, but I'm not
You are
operating
not
as
exploring it.
No.
So you decided, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah,
So
I'm
for
out.
how long did you do it?
I think I did it for 6 months.
For 6 months.
Yeah.
And then were you monetizing it, or?
No, I was.
Okay.
But because it's in my nature, I love helping. So even if people would come without being able to pay, I would still assist them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make good money from it, or it was just decent?
No, I didn't make money. It was just like, because each session was like, I think between 350 or 400 rand. I mean, that's,
Yeah, it's not that much.
yeah, it's not that much.
Okay, and then what other businesses can one do from YouTube? Because like I understand that you're not just a YouTuber, you've elevated into podcasting and etc.
With me, the business that I love the most, that I've always advocated for, I think it works well for me.
Okay.
It's being a credit provider.
Oh, okay.
So I've been a credit provider for 4 years now.
Okay.
I legalized it maybe 3 or 2 years back.
Okay.
But it's one business that I enjoy because I don't have to convince anybody to come.
People are always looking for money.
Yeah, I don't have to say,
Sure.
no, come take my money. It's blue, it's green.
Yes.
It's going to be the best. No, you just come if you qualify, then
Okay.
you will get it. And I don't have to market it anywhere. I don't have to fight with people. It's one business that I love. And the other ones, like running a studio, I love it, but being stuck in the studio the whole day is like, you don't have a life. I can't even listen to music. I can't listen to voice or messages because I'm here. But I also love it because you get to see people's dreams coming to fruition. Like people's story starts from here and then they go to the world.
Yes.
So it's beautiful to witness that.
Okay. All right. And then being a housewife, because okay, technically now you are a full-on housewife, ne? Just running businesses.
Yeah, I've been
and
for
stuff.
13 years.
Okay. So how does your day look like? Do you wake up and you're like breakfast, baby, lunch, scaftin, and all of these things? Or how does it work?
I always say that I'm not a marriage material. Eh? Like when you think wife, you think, yeah. No, I'm that wife that an alarm is going to ring at 6. That me waking up now, preparing the kids, preparing breakfast for my husband. I'm like, babe, I've got a headache. Can you please go prepare the kids? Baby, don't you want to fast today because I don't want to make him lunch?
Okay.
But my day is basically that I wake up, take care of the kids, do his breakfast, his lunch sometimes. He takes the kids to school, I fetch them.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'll be doing the credit providing job or running the studio. But it's just a typical day. Nothing
It's a
special.
typical day.
Yeah.
Okay, considering that you work with your husband, have you guys ever fired each other? Are there days where you are like, really, I don't want to work with you?
That one, it's not even about business, Nje. We always fight.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always, actually, I think I made a mistake. I shouldn't be here. I don't think we should be doing this thing together. But for us, fighting, it's never really deep.
Okay.
Because it's what we normally do every day. We fight.
Oh, okay.
We fight over a teaspoon. We are the opposite of each other. So
Okay.
we're going to annoy each other. My husband is a perfectionist. I'm not. Even when we are setting up the cameras, I'm like, it's perfect. It's like, no, don't
not
you see a
straight.
dot there? I'm like, dude, let's just,
Okay.
So it's one of those things when we annoy each other because I'm going to say it's fine. He's going to say, don't you notice something?
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun, man. I enjoy it. I think we enjoy each other mostly because we're friends.
Okay, more than anything.
More than anything. So we laugh about it. We're going to fight later on. We're going to be talking and we're going to be laughing. But baby, you are unfair there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's business or not, nothing really affects us because we literally fight over anything and everything.
And then you get passed over it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then do you watch other people's content? Or are you just like, hey guys, I
do, but mostly I watch content that uplift me because I don't really have time, like I'm saying, that I'm always stuck in the studio. So only when I'm washing the dishes, I can then put my phone there on the window, then I can be watching something.
Yes.
But I don't watch as much as I would love to.
Okay.
But I used to do that when I didn't have anything to do. Yeah.
Okay. What would you say to a person at home? What are the advantages and the disadvantages of being a YouTuber?
For me, I wouldn't say there are disadvantages.
Okay.
Maybe when you know your why, because for me, it has always been money driven. I wanted to make money.
Yes.
That's why now you see that Vele on YouTube, because there's no money. I'm where the money is.
Yeah.
So for me, my why has always been having money and being able to afford things that are current.
Yes.
So if you know why you want to do it, nothing, you avoid the noise.
Okay.
If the noise is not helping you, just close your ears and move on. Do what works for you, because I think if you're going to be worried about negative comments, who's gonna say what, who's gonna do what, you're not gonna get where you wanna go, because every time somebody says, "Hey," you're like, "What's happening?" You stop. You're not gonna get to where you wanna get.
Yeah.
So for me, it will be, if you wanna do YouTube, go for it. Give it your all. Treat it like a business. Don't do it like a hobby, because if you're gonna treat it like a hobby, it's gonna treat you like that as well. It's just for
Yes.
fun, Jay.
Sure.
But if you see it as a business, then you will do what needs to be done.
Okay. And then you've got 213,000 subscribers as things stand, and I believe that you were one of the first few people to receive their 100K plaque, right? How did that make you feel? Like, did you jump and scream, or it was like, "Ay, Arien," because you seem like a workaholic.
I am. And when I say I'm driven by money, I mean exactly that. The plague, if I'm being honest, it didn't excite me. Even when I
Really?
reached 100K, you have to go and apply for it. I didn't until this other guy, Marabashaka. He came to my DMs, Ndibuti, where's the plague? We're waiting for the video. And I'm like,
"What's that?"
No, I said, for what? Because I had already checked, does it come with money?
Yes.
And they said, no, you just get a plaque. So I was like, okay. Like for Inivele, you know?
Yes.
But he pushed me. Shame, that guy really pushed me. And then I got it. Even when I got it, they delivered it. It was like, oh, okay. What do
kept
I
it
do?
moving.
And now he calls me again. Where's the video? I'm like, video for what? He said, no, thank people. They should have 100K. I did a video and I deleted it after 1 week. Because for me, I'm just like I think I was just too focused on the money.
Yes.
That I even end up not celebrating the wins. Because it's only
Yes.
now that I get to sit on, even when people come to the studio, they're like, you've got a plaque? That's what
Yes.
we want. Then I got to realize, actually, I should have celebrated
Yeah.
it. But I don't. I feel like I'm one of those that don't celebrate themselves enough.
Yeah.
I just want to move. I just want to push. I just want to make money. Yeah.
So you don't sit there and you're like, okay, we've reached 20,000K. Yay. You just, do you sit down and check analysis numbers and...
No, I'm
or-
just like, if I reached 80K, then we can reach 100.
What works is it just you looking at, okay, the money that's coming in means the numbers are doing well, or do you then sit and analyze as the number of subscribers increase?
No, I've never analyzed anything. The only thing that I analyzed was the money.
The dollars.
Yeah, so if I'm sitting and it's the 15th of the month, we are on 50K. I'm like, okay, we still have 15 more days to go. So I ended up hiring a team, by the way. I didn't
Okay.
answer that question. On the
Yes.
T-World, I had a team. I had editors. I had people that were writing stories.
Okay.
I had, maybe I think a team of 4 or 5.
Okay.
So then we'll discuss that, okay, we need to, if we're doing 15 stories every day, we move to 30 so that
Okay.
we can reach another 50K.
Okay.
So for me, it has always been money, money, money. I never even thought of checking the analytics. How is it going? How many people are watching? How many are coming back? Nah.
Okay. Looking at the fact that you even had to invest in a team or hire a team, how did it make you feel giving someone a job or being able to pay someone a salary, considering that you were unemployed for like almost over a decade?
That made me emotional because I never thought I would be an employer. I've always thought, I would be, especially growing up, I've always been under. Like even when my friends graduated, I was
the underdog.
I've always been the congratulator. Oh, congratulations, you got a new job. Congratulations, you're graduating. I never received any congratulations because nothing was going well for me.
Yes.
So when I finally hired, and whenever I hire, when I interview people, I've always hired people that were better than me.
Okay.
Then we can do greater things together. If you've got a degree, yes, I want you because I don't have a degree. I feel you're going to bring in something on the table that I can't bring it on. So it has always been a humbling thing because I'm like, look at me. I don't have any qualification, but my employees were qualified. We're big people. They had dreams and they were working for me.
Nice.
Sometimes they had to teach me English. They teach me grammar. Like, no, the story doesn't really make sense. Like, I'm like, okay, that's why I hired you. Bring it on, So yeah, it has always been a humbling experience because I never thought that this would be me.
Like so far, what I love about you, like you seem like you have a very teachable spirit. Like you're correctable. You're not like because not personal. I know I'm defensive when a person says, "Why did you say but not but?" I'm just like, does it really matter? But from talking to you, I'm realizing that it's important to be teachable, especially if you want to grow and elevate and do better in your career or just in your life in general. And then, so I'm not sure you'll clarify, right? Then you move away from T-World, right? So I think that meant you needed to let go of the team because, what are they still doing considering that there isn't like as much stories to do every single day? How did that make you feel? Did you have to let them go or you like made alternatives considering that you are like such a thoughtful person and all of that?
Yeah, no, that was a hard one to make. And I think that's why I still kept one of them for a very long time. And that's when I realized that actually, if I'm going to say I'm leaving gossip because of this, but I'm still benefiting money from it because I had someone still working on the T-World.
Yes.
And when I finally had to let him go, I had to make other means for him.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Nazo, they didn't really work out for him because of some other personal reasons.
Sure.
But it has always been that, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? So with other ones, I was able to place them somewhere else. Some could still work for me, like commenting, because I don't go to the comment section.
Okay.
Anything that is going to take away my peace, I don't want to entertain it.
Sure.
So I post and I move. So some were still able to continue, but unfortunately, some couldn't.
Okay. No, that's good. And then when you were hiring, like doing those interviews, somebody at home, maybe they're going for an interview, they're searching for a job, or in a space like YouTube and stuff. What is that one thing or two things that you looked for where you are like, you know what, you are the person that I'm looking for?
Be better than me.
Be better
if
than
I'm going
me.
to ask you, where do you see the T-World? You have to be thinking something that I'm not thinking about because then I know that we're going to grow together.
Yes.
But if it's just like, I'm just going to write stories, I'm like, nah. You're just thinking like me. And I want someone better than me.
Yes.
Challenge me.
Yes.
I want to sit down with you and feel like I'm stupid.
Yes.
That's what I wanted. Yeah.
So you were looking for visionaries to take the vision forward.
Yes.
Okay. That's great. And then looking at different niches, like you and I had a conversation where we're just talking, and then you say to me, why don't you try gossip and stuff? Then I was telling you, to yours, my son, I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
So right now, what do you think are other niches that a person can look at besides, because I see gossip is always causing traffic. I think people make money there and it's guaranteed. And I was listening to a podcast where Sims was actually also talking about how generally it makes money, but you also get to a point whereby you're like, I can't keep on doing this to people because at some point tables had turned for her as well and people were coming after her. Then she had that hard knock. And then she was saying how other niches actually take long for you to make money and stuff. But what do you think are the niches that people can look into besides like trying to diminish other people or negatively impact other people?
Hey, that's a hard one because every time when people will ask me, I would always go for gossip. And now I can't say gossip, But I think podcasting.
Okay.
I think now podcasting is the in thing. Everybody's doing podcasting and people are enjoying people's stories.
Yes.
And they change lives. And this, I feel like a content that even 5 years time when you look at it, you won't be embarrassed. You won't cringe. It can still help somebody. So I think it has to get something that will also resonate with you. And I think with YouTube, I don't want to lie, it's not as easy to make money. You don't just wake up
Yes.
and you make money. There are those that will just wake up and make money, mostly on gossip or mostly people that have already built a community.
Sure.
But I would say, yeah, get something that you would love and enjoy so that even when you go to bed, you don't have to feel bad.
Sure.
Some of us were feeling bad for many years, you know. I mean, one celebrity got me arrested. Some would
Really?
send me, some would send me emails. I would have to take down the video without even saying anything. You feel bad. You realize that I really stooped so low. Even when you hear that a celebrity passed away, you think about the views before you could think about their family.
Sure.
Like it's like you forget about being human. You're just driven by the views.
Sure.
And it gets to that point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
No,
don't
that's-
lose yourself because of money, views, and whatever. Think about the other person that is watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's, I think I even said it to you behind the scenes where it's some people are like, Marandibuti, you're telling us not to do gossip. Ne? You've made money,
I
you've made
have.
millions and stuff. Mara, why must we then not do it?
I did make money, and honestly speaking, I don't regret.
Yes.
It's just the fact of sometimes you just feel embarrassed.
Yes.
But I don't think I would be where I am today had it not been for gossip. I
Sure.
don't want to lie. At this point, I don't know if I'm saying be disobedient, if you're a Christian or what, but it did make me money.
Okay.
And I don't regret it. Only the fact that I've had a lot of people. There are some people that come now on my studio that I've had and I've had to apologize. But unfortunately, I did it.
Yes.
It
okay.
worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but it worked for me.
And also, again, it might not work for you because
might not work for
it's
you.
not everything that's black and white where you're like, okay, it worked for her, it's gonna work for me, right? Okay, and then a phrase to encourage someone looking for a job or somebody looking to elevate and grow their career, because also from your story, like you did so many things. You were not afraid to try. I love the part where you did nails and you're like, people sent you photos and said your nails are coming
Yeah,
off.
they came off. I was like, what?
Yeah,
And I
you
did
know?
those nails with my baby on the back.
Yes, so I love that. And then you decided to stop, but you didn't stop trying to do other things. So what would you say to a person that's just at home, not sure, like their life, in terms of their career?
Yeah, if you are not failing, then you're not growing. Because I feel like if you do something and it works well, there's not really a lesson. Because you
Yes.
just got in and
Yes.
it's just like a child that was born in a rich family. They never have to struggle. They don't
Yeah.
know sending out CVs, being
Yes.
rejected. But being rejected, it helps you, it grows you.
Okay.
So I would say try whatever that comes to mind. I always say that God is not going to come to you and say, hey, go and do this and this and that. Like just a thought. It could be God
Yes.
saying, try it.
Yes,
If
sure.
something comes, sell clothes, go sell
Yes.
them. Apply for a job at PEP. Go apply, Like whatever that comes to mind, try it. And when it doesn't work out, you can be sad, you can be disappointed, but then don't just sit
Don't
and
just
say,
sit at home
nah, it
and
didn't
rest.
go well. Try something else. Try something else over and over again until you get it right.
Until you get it right.
Yeah.
What is this season of your life like? How would you, in one phrase, how would you define it?
I think this is the first time in my life wherein I sit and I'm like, I want to live.
Wow.
Because I don't think I've lived. I was just surviving. I was forced to do things that I didn't want to do. But finally, I'm at a point wherein now I want money. I want to work for money. Like, when you sit down, I don't want to say I have it all, but that wish, that which I prayed for, I now have it.
Yes.
But now I'm like, then what? I don't know how to celebrate. I don't know how to live a normal life. For me, it was either I'm being abused or I want money. Now I'm at a point when I'm like, what do I do with myself?
Sure.
And I don't know.
Ooh. Oh, that's deep.
Yesterday I was watching a video on how to be happy because I feel like the life that I'm living, it's been like that. And I don't think that's how I want to continue living my life.
Yeah.
Now I'm at a point wherein I want to do something different. I want to know
Yes.
how it feels like to live and to just be happy, without anything, poverty, abuse driving you. Because now I'm
Yes.
driven by myself.
Yes.
I want to live.
Yes, you're
And,
no longer enslaved to circumstance and all of that.
Yeah.
You know what? In as much as you're trying to find yourself or find that thing that makes you happy, I love how throughout the video and just throughout having conversations with you is that you acknowledge where you come from, you acknowledge where you are, you acknowledge your mistakes, you acknowledge your elevation. And the bottom line of starting to do something new or growing is acknowledging where you are and accepting where you are and being able to put in the work. I really like that about you. Like it's really now. If I had 200,000 subscribers, guys, like, honey.
Yeah.
But anyway, last few words to people at home.
I will just say Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
Whew, love that. Love that.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. You find him, you have found the life.
Yeah, be centered in God. Thank you so much for coming here. This was so beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope somebody at home is inspired by your story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.